The decision by President Trump to target the nuclear facilities of Iran was not merely a militarily wise thing to do, it was also a message to the entire world that the United States acts to defend its interests and defend its allies. And America has no better ally than Israel. It's obvious that Israel has no better ally than America. You've been a remarkable partner, and our alliance, I think, has been forged for ages.
The partnership of United States of America and Israel has been the strongest partnership that is truly a partnership and alliance that has benefited both countries tremendously. Let's watch together this press conference where our Secretary of State, Marco, is visiting Israel, and let's listen to our Prime Minister as he welcomes him and how they both pledge the alliance to each other. Let's watch it together and we'll talk about it afterwards. Kindly subscribe to our channel so a little bit of light will push away a lot of darkness.
Mr. Secretary Marco, your visit to our eternal and undivided capital, Jerusalem, is a powerful affirmation of a powerful bond. We stand in a time of immense challenges, the aggression of Iran and its terrorist proxies, those who chant death to America, death to Israel. And they are not chanting it by accident because they see Israel as the front line of American civilization here in the Middle East. Well, those chants and those threats still linger, but they're a lot less dangerous now. And they're a lot less dangerous because they were met with our common resolve. And the decision by President Trump to target the nuclear facilities of Iran was not merely a militarily wise thing to do, it was also a message to the entire world that the United States acts to defend its interests and defend its allies. And America has no better ally than Israel. It's obvious that Israel has no better ally than America. You've been a remarkable partner, and our alliance, I think, has been forged for ages. President Trump says, he said to me the other day, he said, remember October 7th. That's what he said. It's like, remember the Alamo, remember October 7th. And we remember. We remember the savagery, we remember the incredible massacre of the innocent. We remember our hostages, and we're committed to bringing all of them home, the living and the dead. And we appreciate all the help that President Trump and you have given us in this sacred task. We remember Hamas, and we know that we must defeat them and ensure that they no longer are enabled to turn Gaza into a threat to Israel. They no longer should be there. Your presence here in Israel today is a clear message that America stands with Israel. You stand with us in the face of terror, in the face of the incredible, I would almost say, Middle Ages lies that are directed against us, the rising anti-Semitism in the world, and the really the weak governments that are putting pressures on us because they collapse under the pressure of Islamist minorities and incredible vilification. I want to thank you personally for your unwavering support of Israel's right to defend itself, for standing firmly against those who seek to isolate and demonize our nation. And I'd like once again to extend our deepest gratitude to a great friend of Israel, a personal friend of mine, President Donald J. Trump. The president has shown consistent leadership, moral clarity, and bold actions that have strengthened the alliances between our nations as never before. The American-Israeli alliance has never been as strong as it is now. And the president has been an outstanding global leader. He's really transforming the world to better all of us. And I can again repeat what I've said time and time again. He's the greatest friend that Israel has ever had in the White House. We will continue to act together with great force and great determination to protect our countries and I may add to protect our common civilization, because we're engaged in a battle of civilization against barbarism. And the alliance between our nations remains as enduring and unshakable as the stones of the Western Walls we visited yesterday. We will forever cherish this friendship. And I want to say, Mr. Secretary, thank you. May God protect you, bless you, and bless your family. May God bless America. May God bless Israel. And may God bless our enduring alliance.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. And first of all, let me say on behalf of the President of the United States, President Trump, I want to thank you for your friendship and for the friendship that Israel has shown towards the United States and so many issues we work on together that extend beyond the causes of war and peace, but advances in technology, advances in economics, and those remain strong and enduring and unwavering. And not enough attention gets paid to those links, the economic links, the cultural links. We're here today, by the way, later this evening to inaugurate and to open to the world perhaps one of the most important archaeological sites in the planet, and one that has deep meaning to so many people in the United States as well, in the Pilgrim's Road over at the City of David. And so it's an honor to be here and be a part of that. As far as the President's been clear on the ongoing issues in Gaza, and that is that every single hostage, both living and deceased, needs to be home immediately. Hamas can no longer continue to exist as an armed element that threatens the peace and security, not just of Israel, but of the world, and that the people of Gaza deserve a better future, one that cannot begin until Hamas is eliminated and until all of the hostages, both living and deceased, are home. And he remains committed firmly to that objective. And that's what we seek to talk about today, have talked about today, and will continue to talk about, and that is the road forward on how to achieve those things. Those objectives remain. Those objectives remain in place. Beyond that, obviously, we cooperated and were involved together just a few weeks ago on the issue of Iran and Iran's desire to possess not just nuclear weapons, but short and mid-range missiles with the capability of threatening our presence here in this hemisphere, in this region, and of course the safety and security of the Jewish state. But I would venture to say a threat that actually extends well beyond that to the kingdoms of the Gulf and eventually even into Europe. In fact, some of the missiles they're trying to develop now can already range countries in Europe. And so a nuclear Iran governed by a radical Shia cleric that possesses not just nuclear weapons potentially, but the missiles that could deliver those weapons far away, is an unacceptable risk, not just for Israel, not just for the United States, but for the world. And that's why the President continues with our campaign of maximum pressure. There will continue to be maximum economic pressure on Iran until they change course. That's why we are encouraged to see our partners in Europe begin the process of snapping back sanctions on Iran. They are clearly out of compliance with what was already a flawed deal to begin with, and we encourage them to continue down that road. We 100% support that. That is exactly what needs to happen, and we remain firmly committed, as I said, to the President's objective, which he's been abundantly clear on, and I want to repeat. At the end of the day, no matter what has happened or happens, the objective remains the same, and that is all 48 of those hostages, both living and deceased, need to be home. They need to be returned. They never should have been taken. What happened on October 7th was an act of unparalleled barbarism, and what's happened since then have been repeated acts of unparalleled barbarism on the part of Hamas. Hamas needs to cease to exist as an armed element that can threaten the peace and security of the region, and the people of Gaza deserve a better future, but that better future cannot begin until Hamas is eliminated. That better future and that kind of peace is not even possible until the hostages are released, all of them, every single one. And so that's what we continue to be focused on. That's what the President wants to see happen, and that's what you can count on our unwavering support and commitment to see come to fruition.
Thank you.
What a gift from God to have this alliance of the United States of America and Israel. In totality, the United States of America is, as we refer to, a kingdom of kindness. When America first opened its gates, its borders, to allow the refugees of World War II, of the Holocaust, to come to the shores of America. When the Jewish people came to the shores of America, whether they landed in Galveston, Texas, or in Ellis Island, the Jewish people, the immigrants, who have been so downtrodden, decimated, heartbroken, shattered from the loss of their entire families. They came to the shores of America with one goal in mind. Not what can the country do for them, what they can do for the country. And look what the Jewish people have contributed to America. Just go through their accomplishments of what we have contributed to make America great. Since then, we did not come to America as victims, but we came to America as pillars, as contributors to try to make America great and even greater. And we have succeeded in doing that. With the 6 million of Jewish people who live in America, we're here for one purpose only: to what can we do to make America great? Look back in history. When George Washington was fighting his war, Mr. Chaim Solomon was the one who financed the war. And you just go through all the history, see where Jews have contributed so much to America. And then comes 1948, when the United Nations has declared Israel as a state. Israel was then being reborn after 2,000 years of a desolate, deserted country that has been neglected. Israel came, the Jewish people from the Holocaust came to reestablish their home. They had every opportunity, just like any other country who has begun in 1948 from ground up, to either cry as victims or rather rebuild and not be paralyzed by history, but rather create a great future. In the short 77 years, I don't think there's any other country in the world that has gone from zero to superpower, that has gone from zero to be able to provide the world with breakthroughs in all areas of life, in humanity. What Israel has contributed to the world, not just to itself, its mandate to be a light unto the nations. Israel has truly contributed in all areas of humanity, from agriculture to education, to technology, to medicine, to academics, to theater, to art, electronics, you name it, to defense. Israel has been on the cutting edge of every area of humanity to bring it to the next level. And they don't do it for Israel, we're doing it for the world. And the world needs to recognize that Israel and the Jewish people have been given a mandate by God: be a light unto the nations. Whoever you bless will be blessed. That's what Israel has been committed to in these 77 years. And it's proven itself. Look how many Nobel Prize winners came from Israel. Look at all the technological leaps. Look at the medical leaps. Look what Israel has established and accomplished. Its innovations, its inventions. It's because we are focused on the future. We are not stuck in the past. We are moving forward from the 21st century on, and we are accepting God's gifts of these miraculous leaps in all areas of life to embed them and to apply them into real life. This is what Israel is fighting for. This is what Israel is in the Middle East. The reason why United States of America and Israel alliance is so important, it's because Israel is maintaining a buffer zone of peace in the Middle East so that the radical jihadists, with their ways of trying to take over the world, their caliphate to take over the world, cannot happen. Israel is right in the heart of the Middle East on behest of America and the rest of the Western world to prevent the caliphate from taking place. from not allowing them to slaughter every infidel who doesn't believe what they believe. Israel has fought since October 7 on 7 fronts, a hard war. Israel is fighting for all of us. Israel is fighting for the whole West, and Israel is fighting for the future of the world. We certainly hope that the world appreciates it, salutes it, and supports it, and begins defending Israel instead of attacking Israel, realizing that Israel is on the right side of history. We are fighting for a democracy. We're fighting for freedom of the whole Western society and the United States of America. So we thank you, Secretary Marco, for visiting Israel, showing your support. We thank Donald J. Trump, our dear president, for fighting on behalf of Israel and the democracy and the freedom of the world with strength. And we thank the world for recognizing and appreciating the predicament that Israel is in and helping us end this war sooner than later. We can end this war today if Hamas were to give up the hostages, the dead and the alive, and leave Gaza and free the Gaza people. The war will end today. Israel comes in peace. Israel did not look for war, did not ask for this war. Israel suffered so terribly on October 7, and that's why Donald J. Trump told Bibi Netanyahu, we cannot forget October 7. We need to end this and finish the job now. Let's get this over with, and let's bring peace in Israel and then peace throughout the world. God bless America. God bless every single one of you for supporting Israel and siding with the right side of history so that a little bit of light will push away a lot of darkness. God bless you. God loves you.